What are some of the signs we should be looking out for if we suspect that we might actually have this coronavirus?
Oh, yeah. Thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. So just to get started, some of the signs, it's so vague. It varies from, the CDC says the top three, because there's so many, a myriad of symptoms you can have, is shortness of breath, dry cough, and a high fever.
Okay, now, Dr. Jones, if you've had contact with someone who has tested positive for the virus, how long is the incubation period before you get sick? Do we know that? It depends
on how strong your immune system is, which is why people show no symptoms to being in the ICU. So the incubation period has been arranged, they found, from 2 days to 12 to 2 weeks. That's why the incubation, they just quarantine everybody for 2 weeks. That's the reason for that.
And what are the differences between the flu and the coronavirus?
The flu attacks your body a lot harder. The coronavirus has been around for hundreds of years. It's just a new strain that's just mutated like every other respiratory virus year after year. So the flu attacks a lot harder. That's why they work so hard and got a vaccine for it.
Yeah, he said the flu attacks the body harder.
No, he just said the coronavirus has been around hundreds of years. Did I hear you wrong?
Yeah, the coronavirus has been around for a long time.
Been around,
yeah, it's a different strain.
It's a strain.
Yeah, COVID-19 is a strain. I mean, if you look at your Lysol can, you'll see
it's a mutated strain.
Yeah, you see coronavirus on the back of a Lysol bottle.
Dr. Jones, can you explain what a strain is? Because I don't think the average person understands that the coronavirus has been around for years, but is a different strain. What does that mean for the average person?
Okay, that means, for example, that these are RNA viruses that they mutate. They have to adapt. So that's why you get sick 2 to 3 times every year during cold and flu season. With the cold, sniffles, runny nose, cough, congestion, you take the over-the-counter remedy, your body gets rid of the virus, you're good. And next year, that same virus your body got rid of mutates, it changes, and then you get sick again with a different strain. It's just changed its identity a little bit.
Like people, like I want to go for people in the hood, like strains, my people in the hood, like strains of weed, you have different strands, like that.
That's good. That was good. Now I understand.
That's a little far off, but close to that.
Yeah, that's a damn good analogy.
Yeah, that's an excellent analogy.
Different strains, yeah.
Dr. John, I want to ask you, because Claudia just mentioned she got a friend that just came from Spain, got all these symptoms, and she can't get a test. What can we do about that?
Well, the U.S. is working on that. It started with only the CDC getting the test, and the turnaround time was 3 to 4 days. Now they're working diligently with these large companies like LabCorp and Quest to send tests to the hospitals and doctors' offices. But it's going to be a while before you can have a test you can walk in, get done, and know if you're positive or not. It's going to be a few weeks at least.
Wow. Why is that that's the case here, doctor, when, other countries, South Korea, 10,000 tests a day they're able to do? Why can't
Because there's different types of tests, just like you can test for any type of disease, and the United States bluntly picked the wrong one. So now they're trying to backtrack and get the right test.
What do you mean we picked the wrong one?
Yeah, we picked the wrong one.
There's different ways to test for a disease. There's a ton of different ways, and they picked the one that picked a long time, and that's why they weren't expecting to be this big of an outbreak, and that's what happened.
Does that have anything to do with the president?
So they knew this was going down then. So they knew this was going down.
I don't want to speak on political,
Right, as a doctor.
I don't want to be political, but I honestly don't know if it has anything to do with him or not, to be honest.
I heard that there's a test that's about to be released that's up to standards, and guess who the test is created by?
Ooh.
The Kushner family.
Oh, Jared Kushner.
Who told you that, Claudia?
I read it online.
Okay.
Okay. Dr. Jones,
my research.
I'm going to take it back to Donny and the people in the hood. Are there any home remedies? Can ginger ale and crackers cure this thing?
What's surprising is, and as you say that, they found that zinc in the literature has been shown to block viruses, cold viruses, which coronavirus is one of the 200 that causes the cold, blocks it from binding to the respiratory cells and decrease the duration of symptoms by 1 day. So they have found that. So home remedies, that, and probiotics, because most of your intestines, 70% of your intestinal bacteria, they affect your immune system. So good gut health, probiotics, those are the 2 home remedies I recommend.
You better get you some oil of oregano,
Is it okay to use the dry probiotics and not the live one? Do you have to necessarily get the live ones that are refrigerated, or can you get the dry probiotics?
Well, you need to get the probiotics that will bypass the acid in the stomach, because a lot of these probiotics get destroyed in the stomach.
Got it.
You need to find the ones like cultural that have been shown to bypass that and survive in the intestine.
So not like I eat Activia. Is that a good probiotic or not?
That's for old people.
From what I read, it is a good one. But just make sure that it can bypass the acid in the stomach.
Activia, I see the
that was
commercial.
for infection, like yeast infection.
Activia?
Yeah,
No.
You can use yogurt, I think, for that.
There are a lot of different ways you can use Activia.
Yeah, different ones.
I got to ask you, I'm sorry, Claudia, the after effects, because we don't know what's going to happen 4 or 5 years from now. Do you think that we could?
We don't know.
Yeah, some issues with your lungs, with your respiratory system. What kind of ill effects could this have years from now if you contract coronavirus?
See, that's why they're scaring the population, because the people who are getting really, really sick are the ones who have underlying health problems. 85% plus have no issues. They don't show symptoms. That's why Idris Elba is saying, like, hey, I didn't even know I had it, because, then the year before he had the rhinovirus, and the year before they had the adenovirus. His body is doing what it's supposed to. He takes care of his body, and his body is taking care of him. So he's fine. But as far as to answer your question, adverse effects, any respiratory infection can just cause long-term lung fibrosis if it stays and cause too much damage, and it can kill people.
What's more dangerous to the average healthy person, the flu or the coronavirus?
Actually, the average healthy person, the flu virus will knock you out for 2 weeks. A healthy person, the coronavirus won't even touch you.
What?
See, that's
Crazy.
Well, how long are you suffering the effects when you have it? If you're a healthy guy, if you're in your 20s, 30s, and you're healthy, and you get the coronavirus, how long will it stay in your system?
So the research has shown 2 to 4 days you'll have symptoms if you do have symptoms.
Oh, 2 to 4, okay. And then it will just pass away just like that. What do you have? Are they taking anything? Is there anything? Is it just rest? How do you get past it?
You get past just the same thing you do for any viral infection. You take some over-the-counter, medication, you get some rest, stay hydrated, and, let your body get rid of it. That's the only treatment for it. That's what they're doing in the hospital, giving the people oxygen and letting their body get rid of the infection on its own. They're just supporting the people in the hospital with oxygen and IV fluid while their body does the rest.
Less than 2% of the people are dying for it right now. Is it just because those people have, they're older, their lungs aren't as strong, like COPD, they have asthma, any kind of respiratory illnesses? Are those the only ones that are dying right now?
They're not releasing the exact specifics about who's getting it, like the racial demographics, the one guy who was 29 in ICU, a young guy, was a white guy. They didn't release the information. Did he have underlying cancer? They didn't. Did he have an immunodeficiency? Nothing like that. So a lot of things they're not releasing.
Dr. Jones, this is what I'm trying to figure out. So Idris Elba has coronavirus, Rita and Tom Hanks has coronavirus, and several other people that we know. So my question is, how they're quarantined today. How do you know when someone is okay to not be quarantined? When are they okay to go about and touch other people and live a regular life again? And how do we know when that happens?
Good question.
So the general consensus is that you can test the person again to say, okay, they're 100% safe. Like you would check for the antigen in the bloodstream. If that's a test, because you're going to test positive for that coronavirus strain, because your body has antibodies circulating in the bloodstream to get rid of it next time you're exposed. That's why vaccination is important, because you get exposed to vaccines, like the disease, your body mounts such a fast response, you don't even have symptoms.
I don't never get vaccine, doctor. I don't believe in those vaccines. I think putting the flu in you is kind of crazy to me. That's just my opinion, because I never got vaccine in my life or anything. As far as the flu.
I get that all the time, but like I said, you have people dying all the time from vaccine-related deaths in this country, and people in third world countries will be happy to take our vaccines that we don't want, because they're watching their kid die of rotavirus and Haemophilus influenza and pertussis when, we have the luxury of not having these things kill our kids.
Doctor, there's a thing going around the internet saying that if you to know if you have coronavirus, to try to hold your breath for 10 seconds, and if you can't hold your breath for 10 seconds.
I've seen that. That's all spam. That's false information.
Oh, that's not true?
You know, it's black people stuff.
My husband been having me hold my breath for the last 2 weeks.
He might be trying to kill you, Tam.
Yeah.
No, he might be trying. What kind of insurance you got?
So how can you self-test at home, Dr. Jones?
You got to do it for 100 seconds.
There's no way to self-test. Honestly, there's no way.
I'm going to put this pillow over your face. What are you doing?
And to be clear,
Don't do that,
Doctor, there's no cure for viruses, right? You just have to let them run the course?
The cure for virus is your adaptive immune system taking control and getting rid of it. That's a cure.
I want to piggyback off what Tammy said. Okay, so once you test positive and you're in isolation for a couple of days, and even if you test negative afterwards, how much longer should you stay in isolation away from people to make sure it's completely out of your system?
It depends on the modality of the test. If you're testing for the protein circulating in the bloodstream that's causing infection in the body, and you can test for that, and there's no more, and the test is negative, then you're safe to go back out in public and be fine. But because we don't have that test, they know that the coronavirus can last for up to 2 weeks. That's why they're doing mandatory quarantine 2 weeks.
Hey, Doc, let me ask you a
So
question.
they know that you're.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying that's why they know that, okay, well, we can release you back into the public because in 2 weeks is plenty of time for your body to do its job and get you fine.
So, Doc, is it true that as the country starts warming up, that viruses go away, period?
That's 100% true. They don't go away, but they linger around because in the wintertime, your immune system is a little weaker from stress. Your white blood cell count drops, and you increase the secretion of mucous membranes, and so you're expelling the viruses. During the summertime and spring, you're not doing that. So virus, you can still get a cold in the summertime. It's just less likely.
Dr. Jones, what's the biggest misconception about the coronavirus?
The biggest misconception is about how many people are going to die. They have one projected person, 65 million people are projected to die from Johns Hopkins research, and that was refuted by a lot of people, saying that you should wear a mask at all times. That's false. You'll know it if you have it. That's false.
Wow.
And the coronavirus symptoms are just like the flu. That's false also.
And we know black people can get it.
Which Mike said they couldn't.
I did not say that.
Yes, you
I
did,
said that's
Mike.
what they were saying on the
No,
internet,
Mike, you
that
were
they
saying
couldn't
that,
get
Mike.
it.
No, you were saying that,
I
Mike.
said that they were saying that black
Mike,
people
no,
couldn't
Mike,
get
you
it.
were saying that.
And then we saw Rudy Gobert get it, and I said, well, he didn't count because
Mike,
he was
you know you
French.
switched up, Mike.
But
Say you wrong sometime, Mike.
I wasn't wrong. I was saying what other people said, but I was wrong for repeating what other people said, because that's what people were saying.
How can people get tested, and where can we get tested?
I love Mike.
Right now, they're working to get tested in the doctor's offices and the hospitals. So you can't get tested right now. They're very limited because the emergency rooms are overflooded. Telemedicine is being asked these same questions. It's just it's crazy out there, chaos.
Yeah, so if one of us wakes up tomorrow coughing and we have the symptoms, fever, coughing, all that, we still can't get tested.
You can't get tested, and like I said, if you're a healthy person, just let it pass. I mean, it's people more worried than they should be, to be honest.
Well,
these viruses have been here for 100 years, going to be here for 100 more years, and every year you're going to get sick.
You see what I'm saying, Mike? We need a black doctor to come on to tell us the truth.